Right, let's hope sound quality is better. Right, wait for everybody to get back up on the live. But yes, we are talking accountability of social media and platforms, big platforms, their accountability of propelling the youth violence. Big up, everyone. Big up to Tambox. Right, I'm going to add you up, Christella. Hi, Trevor. Big up, City Dreads. How you doing? Enjoying this heat, yeah?
Oh, it's
Hey,
too much, isn't
darling.
it?
Right,
Hi.
I think that's better. That drives me mad when that's happening and it just keeps going, like repeating.
Yeah, my phone's overheating. I don't know if it's yours.
I think, yeah,
Like,
it was boiling. Yeah, so I
mm,
wouldn't be surprised because they can't take the heat, the iPhones. So I
no.
wouldn't be surprised if it locked off. We've done well though. It only started messing up a little while ago. Big up to City Dread. We'd love to hear from you if you want to come up on the live. It would be good to hear from you if you're up for that. Talk to us about, them platforms out there playing, promoting violence. Because we do think they need to be made accountable. So I think that was very, very, very good, the input from Peace and Love Movement. So, looking out for somebody who could help us. So maybe
Yeah,
we should go for Katie Price.
maybe she might be able to help us. I mean, I know it's separate to what she's going through with Harvey, but it's all the same thing, isn't it? Getting the laws addressed to be changed to prevent,
Yeah.
harm to young people. And he's a young person too, isn't he?
Yeah. So, and I tried, who did I try sending our flyer to? Marcus Rashford the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so we just have to have a think and just keep trying different people because I think they're right in the way we're going to need somebody who's got big influence.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. But yes,
I do
it
agree.
definitely needs to be made accountable. But it's how we get them to do that.
Coming together, as we keep saying, and getting all of these things removed from places like YouTube and, having some kind of filters or some boundaries in place on places like Snapchat and Instagram for young people. I just don't see how else we can do it.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
what
Because
it
it's
boils
too.
down to now. Like we have to be responsible and come together. So, even parents have to acknowledge that it's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I mean, I have faith that we can do it, but it is going to take us all coming together.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I'm visioning that it will happen. So let's manifest this
it
because
will happen.
it's going to take all of us to do it. So let's see if any more people come up on the live. Now, what a lot of people spoke about last week was having some kind of quality control for
Mm,
the music, for the platforms, and then if they, pass that boundary, then they are made accountable. But how do we get that organised as well? Like the quality control. Um, I was actually, I was horrified again this week. Some of the things I've come across on the internet. Just wondering, Peace and Love Movement, do you want to come up on the live? Because we'd love to talk to you again. Yeah, let us know if you can do it. We'd love to have you on again. Big up to Fernandez. Big up to Ramps the Realist. Big up to you. Now, yeah, I was absolutely horrified. A guy who runs a platform, I'm not going to say who he is at the moment, but I've supported him for many years. And I happened to see a clip on YouTube of his program. I happened to see that and literally horrified what the artist was saying. It's got a lot of views, a lot, loads and loads of thousands. I don't even know if it went into the hundreds of thousands, but it had a lot. And this, I would say, personally, I would expect it to be a no. I can't understand why people are pushing this narrative, pushing the music that says these kinds of things. I'm all about relatable music. My music shows that I do are, you know, I have real rap. I have people talking about things they used to do, how they used to, you know, but how they're not doing that anymore, and they're trying to spread, you know, a more positive message within the music.
Yeah.
But I am so shocked that artists are getting paid for this, and it's getting pushed, like really promoted. You couldn't get it promoted anymore. How do we get them made accountable? That is the question of the day. How do we make these big platforms, social media, YouTube, how do we make them accountable for what they are pushing? They are pushing violence. They are promoting violence.
Yeah.
How are we going to get them to be accountable? Big black Ghanaian man says you can't.
Oh.
I believe we can. Think positive, man. All right? Think positive. If we all come together, think positive, all right? Now, I'm just going to give for an example, because I did write some of it down, right? What was on the track. Now, this is a big platform. This is a very well-known guy, and he has different artists come through on his show. I haven't looked into his show for a long time, and like I said, I just happened to come across this, and the title of the song is "A Friend of an Op Got Murdered." Now, some of it, I mean, the worst bit, it was, "Let me find where that pussy lives or sleeps. Will dead his mum, brother, sister and niece. I swear I really hate these neeks. This shit won't stop until they're deceased." Right. Now, I've heard worse, but this is sick and nasty, and it shouldn't be getting pushed on prime time with big platforms backing that.
This is the thing. That's basically, you're basically saying what you want to, you know, what you want to do to people that are innocent. You're basically saying that you'd kill innocent people to hurt somebody else. Is that what it's got to now? So innocent children have got to die because you don't like somebody.
Yeah, this is the thing. Big black Ghanaian man is saying, let's be realistic. Believe you me, yeah, me and Christella are real, yeah. We're realistic, we're real, and we would not be doing what we're doing right now if we didn't have faith that between us all we could do something. We wouldn't be wasting our time, and we wouldn't be wasting your time. All right, so what we're looking for is suggestions, what we can do. Big black Ghanaian man saying, if we got rid of drill. Now, there's some drill that is not talking anything like that, what I've just read
Why
out.
don't he come into the live? Why?
Yeah.
Tell him to come into the live. Talk to us.
Yeah?
I want to hear what you've got to say, because actually, interestingly, we had a conversation the other day and he shared something with me that was quite important. So I know he's passionate about ending this. Yes. And I think that the world should hear what he has to say.
Yeah, right. So request, yeah? I'm going to try and request you, okay? All right, there we go. And if there's anyone else wants to come up on the live, but yes, hopefully he'll come on. That'll be brilliant. He's saying, I'm sorry, I don't mean it against you. We know that.
Oh, we know.
We know. Like, yeah.
It's painful for so many people. It's very painful. This subject, it's affected so many people's lives. So everyone, you know, everyone's going to feel angry. Everyone's going to feel passionate. Everyone wants to see change. Everyone's had doors closed on them. Everyone's lost somebody potentially to this. So, you know, we understand how it's going to
Yeah.
make people feel. It's spark, and that's what we want. We want that spark, guys. So everyone can say, right, this is how I feel. Let's move it forward together in a way that we can, innit? That's what
Yeah.
it's about.
Hmm. And as
That's what
far
we
as
need.
I'm aware, there hasn't been any groups, you know, that have collectively with the aim of doing something about social media. I don't think it's happened yet.
No.
So I know it will be a first, but I believe our children's life is worth it. It's literally worth it to try it. If there's something we can try, let's try it. But like I said, if we're coming as the whole of the UK, not just one borough in wherever, but literally we're coming as a unit of people who care about the kids, who want to save lives throughout the UK.
Well, the thing is, now's the time to do it because we're coming out of the EU. So they're already looking at, they have to look at certain things because, you know, there's laws that we took from the EU. So now we're going to have to go back to how we run it. So why can't we challenge it? Why can't we?
Yeah. Peace and Love Movement is saying, don't forget the knife crime demo on the 3rd of July. Where is that? Oh, Mr. Ghanaian man said he's still at work. Oh, that's a shame. But listen, join us anytime on the lives that you can, all right? Tomorrow he's saying he's on it. Oh, we're not on it tomorrow. Friday. Come
Yeah.
on Friday, yeah? If you can do Friday. Oh right, it's a demo to the City Hall in London.
Ah.
Okay. That sounds good. What are they asking for? You know, like going on this demo, because we've had it before where I've gone there a lot of times. I've gone, but they weren't really asked, you know, it was end knife crime, but not we want this and we want that. Like, I keep thinking we need to be demanding for COBRA emergency laws put in place, and they can do that in a matter of days, but you have to demand the COBRA. Come there, speaker, and we can talk about the clap. That's a good idea. Yeah, because we need to do that. I think that would be perfect. That would be a perfect opportunity as well. Yeah, that's it. I don't know if you say it COBRA, but all I know is you can get emergency action, but you have to prove that it's a nationwide crisis. So how do you prove that it's nationwide? By the whole of the
Hyde Park
nation.
footage. That should be enough, should it not? The footage from Hyde Park, shouldn't that be enough? What more do you want? What about all the...
Because they'll try and get out of it. This is what I'm saying. They got the COBRA for the recent the COVID laws. That's how they do it. So you don't have to go through Parliament. You do, but it's emergency measures and it gets done quick. So I think as for laws and things, but we need to know what it is we're asking for, and all know that that's what we want and believe that's going to work. So there's pages on Facebook that puts up the knife crime nationwide every day. All right, that'd be good to look through them actually as well. Speaking, speaker. Yeah, we definitely aim to go to City Hall on the 3rd of July. Definitely. Because, we'll be able to speak to a lot of people there as well. That'll be brilliant. Thank you. She says she's going to send that to us later about the Facebook, and that's brilliant. Thank you very much. All right, appreciate that. Big up to Halal Cool J as well. Right, so that was the other place as well, TikTok. By all accounts, there's a lot of violent stuff on TikTok as well.
I'm so glad I don't use that. But that's also a place, that's a breeding ground for paedophiles, guys. So you might want to monitor your kids on there, yeah?
See, this is the thing, not only to do with, you know, the selling of knives and, you know, escalating the knife crime and bullying, but also paedophiles.
Yeah, This is another big problem. This is a really big pandemic in the UK.
Hmm. And they
Kids are
keep
getting
putting it down to the
absconded.
parents to,
Mm,
you know, like
mm.
the social media should have things in place. How are they putting it on the parents? We know there's problems with it, but you just have to use your initiative, you know, like, or that's not good enough. I don't
No.
even know how.
Not when
I really don't.
16-year-olds are parents and then got, you know, half of these kids can't read or write properly either. They're
Mhm.
so detached from the education system and trying to benefit their life because they're just so focused on being able to stay alive, you know. It's
Yeah.
like they don't have those skills, guys. We're talking to kids who only know how to fight and sell drugs, majority of
Mhm.
them, you know, not all of them, but you know, if we're talking about trying to end this pandemic, that's the children that we're looking at, you know,
Yeah.
the ones who are on the streets, the ones who are not in education, the ones who don't have the security of two parents and a loving home, you know. But then on the same hand, exploitation, sorry, can, any child's a victim, so
Yeah.
it's hard to get that balance. Do you know what I mean? So really, what my advice would be is that we have to find a way of all of us coming together to get all of this footage off of the internet, reduce the amount of knives that are coming into this country and getting them off the street.
Yeah. I totally agree. Totally agree. And on top of that, to get things in place that are life saving for right now. Um, for example, the bleed control kits, the school patrols. They're all things that can be implemented just with a little bit of money. And I urge people from the bottom of my heart, if you can, join up with someone, um, raise the money for your own kits. Yeah, where if you can only afford the mobile pack kits, you literally will be able to save lives with them. So I'm urging everybody. We've got a GoFundMe. We're trying to raise money, £10,000 to try and get as many of the cabinets as possible in our local area. But we want them all over the UK. We are working with the Daniel Baird Foundation, who actually, yeah, they got these made. Did all the research for them, and big up to Lynn, the CEO, who she's managed to get loads of them all across West Midlands, but she has the same vision as us. They need to be just all over the UK. So at
Yeah,
least we can try and help children that have been stabbed, that are bleeding to death on the street. We can at least try to help them, save some lives while we try and get something else in place.
yeah.
I saw a guy today. He'd written up that he's got a GoFundMe. I've asked him to come on because I wanted to find out more about it. But he's literally got a GoFundMe, and it's to get stab-proof jackets for all the kids everywhere. So I
Mm.
haven't looked into it, but that was something that I've always thought about. I have a guy who was at uni who designed one, and it literally just looks like a normal jacket. You could wear it anytime, nobody would be any the wiser. But at the time, he needed somebody with funding to make, you know. But what's people's opinions on that? To me, it seems like a necessity right now.
Mm.
Right, I'm going to read some messages out as well. Family Bullies says, yes, I want those kids around the horses. I just want to big up Sophia. Like, ever since we spoke, ever since we connected, right? You've always wanted to be doing something to help with the knife crime. Look, you've done, you've applied for funding, yes, so that, vulnerable kids can have time around the horses.
Oh,
You've been like really wanting to do the security, the walking, and finally you're going to be able to do that soon. Fingers crossed, yeah. So I just want to big you up, yeah, for everything. You've been trying from all angles, to make a difference. So big up to you. Shout out to Jackie and Big Black Ghanaian man. He says, what I believe is we need to all sit down and have a talk. This is kind of why we're doing this, yeah. Because there is a big misconception about gangs, music and the streets. If the understanding isn't there, the wrong solution will be, yeah. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Trying to get everyone together, as in everybody who's out there now already doing stuff, you know, like organisations that are out there already. We had a comment from somebody on Friday, and he said that the organisations all should be coming together and working together and not solo, which I thought was a very important point. But how do you get that to happen? What's that saying when you lead the horse to water, but you can't force him to drink, you know, like, so I don't know what it is. I don't know, but you know, I'd like to think that we could. I've been trying on, like, for many years to get everybody together. There's a lot of people that say they are like that, but in reality they're not. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, he says the wrong solution will be implemented. Staff proof jacket for kids will mean it becomes fashion, miss. Not a good. I know what you're saying, because I've spoke about this over the last few years. It was something just to do with life-saving things.
Yeah.
So although I don't know, and plus I don't even know how much they would be anyways. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, so it was just something that I've thrown out there over the years. And like I said, I had a guy that designed one, and I've recently seen a guy and he's got a GoFundMe. So I'm going to look into that. But that, he must be trying to buy a lot of them. He must be highly concerned to be doing that.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he says as well, I understand why he's suggesting it. Yeah, because it's kind of, it's got to that point now where that's kind of where we're at. We need to think about how we're saving lives, as well as still discuss and try and get everybody together and try and think of things. But as well as that, we need to save lives now. The other thing I thought of was, this is another issue I've talked about over the years as well, is that we have some dedicated people who squash beef outside of the police, where a child could phone for help in situations that maybe could be resolved without someone being stabbed. But we need people to volunteer. Well, I say volunteer, but then we'd also have to actually know, because put it this way, I wouldn't be putting up people unless I know fully that they're right. So I don't know. That was another, so that people who are in trouble, who maybe might not want to ring the police, because I'm sure at one point, I'm sure Raspect was doing that. I'm sure he was doing that. Well, I'd heard that he used to pedal on his pedal bike to go and sort out beefs.
I had that too.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's something else, you know, if we could get people even that to try and, because there's so much being escalated.
Yeah.
It's frightening. All right. It says, Big Black Ghanaian man, we don't need everyone together, miss. You need the correct people together. Yes. Totally.
We're trying. We're trying.
We're trying, definitely. So, yes. Right, so we're in agreement with that. The right people, the right messages, the right, working together, not separately. You know what I mean? We're not interested in, like, oh, anything, you know, like, look at what we're, like, I just want kids' lives to start being saved. And so do you.
Yeah.
So.
Thing is, you can't really have an ego about it, because it's not about who, the real ones are the ones that don't do it for the glamour. They do it for they're out there fighting and want all the support. So that's how you know who's real. So to all
Yeah,
the ones that ain't, cool with me. I'd rather be with the ones that are real anyway.
yeah.
It's about
Well,
teamwork.
the ones that I've discovered, the amazing people out there, like literally why I started Let the Youth Live. There is some people out there who are not getting any funding. They're not getting paid anything. They're paying everything out of their pockets for the love of kids and trying to make their lives better and trying to save lives. Um, and they're putting a lot in, to the point, like, yeah, everything they've got. I know people running their own youth clubs in their houses. I know people, like, I'm in awe of these people. But it's like they're doing all that, but they need support. They need people to, support what they're doing, share what they're doing, get more
Mm.
people on board. Um, and that's kind of what I try to do with this platform, so that we can help people who are existing already, doing amazing work. We want more of the community to support you. We want to support you, promote what you're doing. But definitely we all need to work in a team.
You have to. Like I said, I've been working with young people for nearly 8 years now. If I go to work and don't have the right team behind me, it's not really going to be beneficial. I'm not going to get the results that I'm going to need.
Yeah,
We're talking about people with knives here, people who have mental health issues, people who come from poverty, people who, have been brainwashed by social media and everything else that you can think that they take in on a daily basis. So without the right team behind me, I can't, I'd be worried for my own life. So, when it comes to us trying to be out here doing this for the kids, we need to know we're working with people who have the same mindset. Otherwise, it's not going to work, is
exactly.
it? It's not going to
Yes.
work. When there's money, power, greed, it's not going to work.
Yeah, no, definitely. And
And that's what's real,
we've discovered some amazing people from last week, like
Yeah,
starting these lives. And I mean, both of us, like, we know we've got our own issues ourselves. We both suffer with anxiety.
yeah,
Um, but it's like there's so many children dying, like this. So we just had to push through our fears and get out and start speaking about this and try and get some solutions.
yeah. I agree. And I know that everyone has a different, oh, sorry. Everyone has a different perspective and everyone feels a type of way about this particular subject. And I get that because everyone's journey is different, but surely the end result has got to be the same, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no
um,
there's no wrong or right way to try and get this stopped. Like we can sit here and blame racism, we can sit here and blame the government, we can sit here and blame each other. That's where to start, isn't it really? Let's blame each other. Let's take accountability for not being emotionally, mature enough. If we can do that as adults, that's only going to start filtering down to kids.
yeah,
So,
exactly. And that's
we can
got to
sit here
start
and
with
talk all
us,
night
isn't it?
about it, but how many lives are going to be saved now from what we're doing?
Mhm. Exactly. And that's what we want to be, saving lives. Peace and Love Movement, they're saying, we think no tolerance to knife crime is a better route over accepting it and normalising it. So no tolerance at all. Yes, save lives, of course, but zero tolerance. Too many lives lost already. I
Absolutely.
think because it's what I was saying earlier, where it's such a big range of ages that are doing it. It's not just young people. It's not, it can be any age. Knife crime can affect any age. And we were saying, weren't we, that, people, it's just the automatic thing, like to get out a knife, and like, it's just so crazy. The whole, like, the mindset. So something's going to have to come into play that's going to stop, will make people think twice before doing it or going for a knife.
Mm.
And then what, but I'm sure they said as well, Peace and Love Movement, that somebody was doing a sentencing petition. So yeah, can you let us know what yeah, what are they saying in the petition? Is it, you know, how much are the sentencing, and what are they going for? I know my dad, while he was alive, he forever used to just say they just need to, you know, make it like 10 years carrying a knife. Don't know would that work, but my dad used to say that.
Probably
But
not, because I don't think they care. Because I think they'd be happy to do life to take. They'll be happy to do life to take a life.
mhm, yeah, so
So what's
it's
10
really
years? If they
difficult.
know they're going to get 10 years, they're going to make sure that they hurt someone because they know 10 years they're going to get, like, you know, what are they going to do? Rather get their revenge and do life in prison and be a G? Or, do you know what I mean? So they're still going to carry it.
Mm,
And then there's the ones that are, you know, being hidden in the streets and in parks.
yeah, I couldn't believe, like I said, there's been a lot of shootings as well recently.
Mm.
But I was thinking way back, when they had Mothers Against Guns. Do you remember them?
Oh.
Yeah, there was a group of mums, and at the time, I suppose it was probably the gun crime was like our knife crime now, maybe.
Mm.
Don't, you know, hold me to it, but obviously it must have been very excessive for the group of the ladies, the mums, to get together, and it was Mums Against Guns. But it
Mm.
seems now like, yeah, that the knives are the trend, or the um, and it's seen as normal the way it's portrayed everywhere.
Yeah, which is what the issue is, isn't it? And I think, like, again, it's visual, it's videos, isn't it? It's you know, horror things to do with like horror films, or the gory blood films. I don't want to just brand it to just, you
Mm-hmm.
know, horror. I think there's a level where we can use these kind of scenarios to educate why it's not important, but to glamorize it is wrong. It's
Yeah.
wrong.
And the thing is, this is what everybody was saying last week, that everywhere you look, it's being glamorized.
Yeah.
Everywhere, like within the music, on the films, on the platforms. You
Mm.
can see by what's going viral. It's not positivity
No,
at all.
it's not positive.
Mm-mm.
It's not.
So,
And I think that, you know, people that have been through gang life, or that, you know, type of situation, you are the most valuable people to making change,
mm-hmm.
really. Because people that you would have had arguments with previously, you know, there must be some kind of you know, connection that you guys can make peace that's going to filter down to. I don't really know. I don't really know what to say anymore. It's just got to the point where it's like, unless we're making enough noise and acting on getting laws changed, I want to talk about it. Like, it's got
Yeah,
to that point for me.
yeah.
I've had to
You
work in
want
it for
to do
8
it.
years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, I've had to work in it for 8 years. I've seen organizations not really take it as seriously as what they should do. You know, there's got to be a level of local authority. You guys know who lives where, because you make us fill out application forms bloody for our
Yeah,
tax purposes, so I don't want to hear your crap about that, right? You've got the ability to send things through the post, okay? You've got the ability to channel stuff on your website. This is your area. You're responsible for this area, for each areas. Each local authority
yeah,
is responsible, you know.
yeah,
And at the end of the day, you have, you know, places on your website where people can get mental health support. So if you know that there's particular families that are struggling and stuff, like, come on, you know, let's all work together. It's supposed to be a community.
yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't know. I can't understand how all of you are raising kids and having kids and don't care about what's happening on the streets. I don't get
There's,
it.
yeah. I think as well that I reckon there's a lot of people out there that they might be frightened to say something or speak out, or I don't
Yeah, I
know, but
mean, there is
we're
an element
bracing
of
our
that.
ears to do it, aren't we?
There is an element of fear. Everything's fear driven, isn't it? Oh, if I don't pay my council tax, I'm going to prison. So you start panicking and having to try and find money. You know, everything's, when it comes to money, power, greed, everything's fear driven.
Yeah. I was going to
You
say
know?
as well something that where did I read it or see it? Right, you know, we were saying about young people that somebody's died, like bleeding to death. Young people are not ringing the ambulance and they're filming.
Yeah.
Now, I watched a video, I think it was, and apparently young people are quite scared to ring 999, no matter, you know, to report anything in case it comes back to them that they snitched.
Yeah, this is the other
Which I
thing.
hadn't thought of that.
Well, this is, you know, I think like what we need to understand is a complete difference between, you know, snitching, and there's a complete difference between trying to save a life. Like, you know, and this is again, when you're a good person and you try and advocate for people more vulnerable than you then become the next target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How does that work, mate? You've just been seen in broad daylight taking someone's life, and now you want to come for me? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. There's evidence there. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you supposed to do?
Exactly.
And it's true. Young people don't want to be seen as snitches. This is the thing that we're hearing. Oh, you disrespected me. Oh, you snitched on me. But let's go back how many years, yeah? There's a complete difference between what is classed as a snitch, and a snitch is against someone who's involved in, I don't know, you know, in whatever is going on, and then takes that information and goes somewhere. When you're saving a life, like if it's up against murder, paedophilia, all of that stuff, I'm sorry, I don't understand how you're snitching. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. They don't understand. Honestly, it's really immature.
Yeah. No, definitely. But it was just something, like I said, I heard that and then I thought, oh, because I hadn't even thought, you know, like that might be a little possibility of what, you know. But yeah. Mr. Garnerman is saying, trust me, miss, back in our days, we used to buy stab-proof vests from the army shop for 150 quid. I remember the army shops.
Yeah.
They're still about. He said it was fashion. Also, can we agree that stabbings and shooting is a controlled problem, as in gang shooting at gangs, not like gang shooting at passerbys? I don't know if we can agree on that, because I was just thinking of a recent one. Oh, but there again, maybe that was gang related.
Well, I mean, there is mistaken.
She was gunned down in a garden.
Well, yeah, but I mean, also there's mistaken identity. There's the case where people are getting burgled and getting stabbed at the same time, losing their life to burglaries, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, I understand where he's coming from. Okay, it's controlled to an extent. But as we're hearing in lyrics, it's not, because they're saying, I'm going to come for you and your niece and your nephew and your baby and your girlfriend and da-da-da-da-da. So how is that, you know, that's not controlled.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not, is it? Right, what else he's saying? Big up to Corey Johnson. I don't know if you're still there, mate. Right, he's also saying, put the kids to the side one sec. What about the adults first?
Well, you know what? We're all adults, so you know there's only so much you can say, isn't it? If you get to a certain age and you don't understand what knife crime is, then I've got to question why you're a parent, if you even are a parent. Like, come on now. You know, yes, there are people with severe mental health and trauma due to this kind of stuff, but you know, they need to be brave enough and mature enough and responsible enough to want to come forward to get that help and healing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
oh, sorry, babe.
Oh no, I was just going to say, like, you know, that's something that I do understand what you're trying to say, but how can we challenge that as much as we can when it comes to young people? Yeah. Which is completely different. You know, they're way more vulnerable.
I'd love to get some young people up on the live. Like, we want to hear from them as well. Like,
yeah.
What, you know, what it's like for them, what they think would work, what we need input. We definitely need to hear from more people. Even what we gathered from last week was amazing. There was so much good ideas and that. Peace and Love Movement saying, yes, negotiators would be amazing, like the modern day equalizer. Yeah. Remember that? Oh my God. Let's go back a bit. Ghana Man says, trust me, you guys are active, and this is brilliant. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank
Big
you.
up. Yeah.
Anyone
We
who's
think you're amazing
actively,
too. Yeah.
real talk, anyone who's actively fighting or survived knife crime, like, you know, this is a place to celebrate the hard work that we're doing. Like,
Hmm.
you know, we want young people to use these examples is to sit here and see, okay, there's a bunch of people that's really trying to change what's our future.
Yeah. Right. He's asking as well, Ghana Man. Can I ask, in the past 3 years, is there an increase in kids getting stabbed and shot?
Well, I've
Odds.
worked in it for 8 years now, and I would say on the floor, I've increasingly seen the risk become higher. From 8 years ago, you wouldn't really find knives in young people's lives or have to worry about them carrying weapons while you're at work. Now we do.
God, you had one with the machete down his leg
Yeah,
recently. Yeah?
yeah.
And this is the danger. Like it's so dangerous. Like what can people actually do against a knife?
Well, this is again the breakdown of communication between adults and professionals. Had the message been relayed to me that this young person has made threats to kill management and harm management, I would have known. But I was left in a building on my own without this information being passed on. So potentially anything could happen to me. I
God,
could
and
have been an
that's what
easy
I mean.
target.
You're facing dangers every day doing what you
Yeah,
do.
literally every day. You just never know what you know
No.
what could happen in a young person's life. It's, you know, it's not all every day you can sit there and premeditate and guess what's going to happen. If something's going to pop off, it's going to pop off. I've been in hostels where there's been exploitation happening right outside, where young girls have been having to perform sexual favors, and there's nothing we can do about it, you know, apart from report it. We've had people threaten to we've even found a pistol on site before, which I have done. Yeah.
God. I mean, I'm not surprised because the way things are, it's not surprising because, yeah, things are way out of hand, and it's
Mm,
about trying to rein that in, which is necessary.
absolutely. It's
It's
dangerous. It's
necessary.
really dangerous. So I think again, like, unless we will come together and try and end this for the generations going forward, I don't really see what hope we're giving to the young people.
Yeah.
I suggested ages ago we need a young person's council. So
Oh, yeah.
every party has young people that are leading the young people's parties for, like, you know, whichever, like Labour, whoever. Like,
Yeah. I
I
love
think
that
that's what they
idea.
need. Yeah, I think that's what they need to do. I think we should have young people be that voice and actually really, you know, challenge those areas. Seeing as, you know, the adults can't be bothered to do it, can they?
Yeah, exactly. I think the kids would do a good job of it as well.
I think, yeah, they should handle things like exploitation. They should handle things like knife crime, like, you know, and work with the adults, but give them a voice at the same time and show them, listen, you can make a difference.
Yeah, no, I really like that. I think
Yeah, I
that
think that's
would be,
needed.
yeah, I think that's a brilliant idea. And I hope there's something, you know, that could happen going forward because we do need to hear from them. They need to be part of what's, you know, going on and
They
involved in
don't
it.
want to
So I think
talk.
that'd be
This is the
ideal.
thing. And they
I
don't
like
want to
that.
talk. But if we can encourage that and say to them, all right, well, look, you want to, there's certain things that you're going to need to kind of help you get through these situations. So why don't you take it to Parliament then? Be your own Parliament. That's what we
Yeah.
need to encourage them to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. I think that's brilliant.
It's cute, isn't it? That would be so cute.
Yeah, definitely. I really like that. Brilliant idea. And hopefully, yeah, that's something that can happen going forward. I'm just going to take a couple more messages. Ghana Man says, carrying a knife should be mandatory 5 years, firearms 10 years, murder 30 years, and above any age. Yeah, that, you know, but like you said as well, to some, it's not going to be a deterrent because there's some out there getting that kind of time for murder. And then there's, I mean, that, I know it's not called that anymore, the joint enterprise thing. I think it's called something else, but you could literally just be in the wrong place at the wrong time. and be doing 30 years. There's like a lost generation of young
Yeah,
people
I agree.
inside.
I agree.
Right. But for some people, I mean, they're expecting they take a life, they're going to do 20, 30 years, because there is quite a lot in there who are doing a long time.
Well, even
So
if you look at the programs that are on the TV about prison, you people don't care. They're like, yeah, so what? I'm here. I'm what? This is my territory now. I'll just make him my bitch if I feel like it. This is the mentality. This is what we're watching.
yeah. Peace and Love Movement said, communities don't stand a chance, though we're in Croydon. Our council is bankrupt through bad management. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've heard a lot about Croydon.
yeah.
We know what's been going on over there, man.
It's not great.
Yeah, there's a lot, you know, basically all the good work, you know, you've all been doing. There's been another side over there that's just kind of taking, you know, so although everyone's been doing a lot of work, there's, you know, a lot of the councillors, and there was a lot of stuff going on over there.
Yeah.
We've had a few people come on in the past and actually spoken quite a lot about what's going on in Croydon. What else did she say? We use Fearless. We've reported stuff anonymous about where weapons are being stashed.
Well done.
Is Fearless, are they a charity? I've heard of Fearless. Look them up. Where weapons are being stashed. Yeah, I'm going to look into them. Right, now I'm just thinking what else we need to speak about today. We've touched briefly on the clap that we're going to be doing every Friday.
Yeah.
We've spoken in depth really about the social media and the platforms. But anybody who's listening to this podcast in the future, watching this live, if you have any input, there's any way you can help, any ideas, any suggestions, please get at us. Please let us know. We're looking for everybody to get involved. We want the right people working together to actually get some solutions going.
Yeah.
Big up to Tony as well. So for anybody that doesn't know about the clap on a Friday, where we clap for victims of knife crime, it's a time to, you know, pay tribute to friends and family that we've lost, to remember all the young people out there who are struggling day to day, fighting to stay alive, battling in this war on the streets. This is a time for us to stand in unity. This is something I want to grow bigger and bigger, weekly, monthly, until we're at a point where the whole of the UK is doing it.
Yeah.
We want everybody to be doing it to create awareness for the lives lost, the lives we're losing, the fact that it's affecting all of us across the UK. So we need everybody to come together. Once we do that, literally, I believe we can do anything else we set our minds on.
I agree.
I truly believe it, that we can, but we need to come together as a unit. And if we can do that, like I said, anything is achievable, but we have to put all our brains together, help one another, support one another. And, you know, if there's anyone out there doing anything amazing, you know, we'd love to promote what you're doing. We'll support you with what you're doing. You can come on the show, you can speak about what you're doing. And it's just about working together and helping each other to push, you know, what we're doing, help the young people, save lives, because we cannot take any more murders, young people being maimed, slaughtered. We just, like, it's unimaginable the pain and trauma that parents and families and friends and everybody is going through.
It's a lot. It's too much now.
It's too much. It's too much for everybody. And
Yeah.
knife crime, it's, you know, it affects everyone. Although a friend of mine, when I said that, he said that they're never going to do anything about knife crime because it doesn't affect the rich people.
I've been hearing
I
this
said,
too.
well, no, it does. Do you think so? And he said, no, it's poor people that live in the rich areas.
Mm.
Is that true? I don't. That's what he said, and because it's not affecting the rich people in the rich areas, that's why they're not doing anything. They don't see it as any concern because it doesn't affect them.
I've heard that statement be said before. I have. But again, let's not push the blame on people or worry about what they're doing. Let's worry about what we're doing. I don't care if you're rich, poor. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care what you want to do for a living. I don't even care what time you went for a shit, bruv. All I want to do
It's true.
is,
Yeah.
is save kids' lives.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to be rich to stop something that's as dangerous as what's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Exactly.
you know what I mean? And if that's what we're up against, then guys, that's just showing you even more reason why we need to come together, isn't it? Really, because we can't even trust certain authorities to help us.
Yeah. And the other thing as well, we need more people speaking out. Now, I just want to put this out there because I know how hard it is to actually, like, especially when you suffer with things like like the anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, you know, depression.
Yeah.
But because our children are dying, like, we need you to push through that fear like we're doing as well. We need you to literally go on camera and speak out, because the more people that do it, that's the proper awareness. That's the awareness that we need to be seeing and hearing, not children being hacked to death for awareness. I think it's enough of our voices speaking out about how knife crime is affecting us and our lives and our communities, because I don't really see that many people speaking out. I know years ago, Chris Preddy, he was forever saying that people need to be speaking out. He wanted more people to do it. But there still hasn't been that many compared to how many people have been affected by knife crime.
Yeah.
So I think that's another thing for people to take away, you know, like that could help things. The more people that speak out about what's going on and how it's affecting them. Because people need to know that. The more, like, people need to know, definitely. Peace and Love Movement says yes, but it will. I'm not sure what that's in relation to.
Oh, I think about affecting richer communities.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it says coming to all streets.
Maybe what the awareness probably of knife crime, maybe. I love this peace and love movement, man. You don't need to get in the live, man. Come on.
Man. We love you. I've seen them for a long time. They just, like,
they're speaking facts.
Yeah, and the moment the moment that they opened their platform, like, I saw what they were doing, because originally I remember they were raising money for Steel Warriors, who I love. Absolutely love them.
Oh, he's so lovely.
Yeah. Oh, look, she's saying I'm cooking in my bra. Big up. It's so hot though. I don't blame you. I'm usually running about naked, so
oh, it's ridiculous hot.
I thought I better put some clothes on tonight. But yeah, I've lost my train of thought now. I'm all distracted of you in your bra in the kitchen. Oh yes, so I was just saying about Peace and Love Movement. So I saw they were raising money for Steel Warriors, who, oh my God, I love Steel Warriors.
Oh my God, I love them.
I've interviewed Pez. Oh my God, I love him.
Oh, he's lovely.
He's so, we had a wicked interview, and he's so positive, and the whole thing, what they're doing is just, it's brilliant. Yeah, so big up to them. Anybody listening, please follow them, support what they're doing. I went to one of their classes, but I didn't last the whole hour. I lasted literally about 15 minutes, and that was me.
Yeah, I can imagine, mate.
I couldn't even go to do another press up. My arms were just so jelly, like I couldn't even. I was mad. It was mad. But we did have a mad trainer that day. He was replacing someone else for the day, but literally, he just did constant press ups, but all different types. And I didn't even know there was different types. But yeah, you can do like diamond ones, but oh my God, yeah. So I've never been back. Pez keeps saying to me, when are you going to come? Like, I'll look after you when you're there. So I might, I'm going to try and go back. So
maybe we could do that as a charity fundraiser one day. How many push-ups can you do?
Yeah, I couldn't commit to I literally, I wouldn't make it.
We should do it, sweet. See how much we can raise. Who wants to see us do some push-ups?
That's a wicked idea, because then we're promoting them as well on what they're doing.
Exactly. I think we should do that. We should get as many people as we can involved in it as well.
Yes. Right. So I'll speak to him about that, because that's something we can easily organise.
We can organise. I'll do the filming.
How did I know you was going to say that?
I've got it covered, sweet. I've got the water as well. It's fine.
All right. But yeah, I like that. I do like that idea. So yes, love that. And then what was I going to say? So peace and love movement, just a lovely positivity, even in all the negativity that's going around. They're positive. They have lovely quotes of the day. They're very supportive of other organisations. That's another thing that I've noticed with them. So big up to you.
Yes.
I love that. I really love that. The way you support others, and you're doing amazing stuff yourselves. Like, big up. So please make sure to follow them as well. Peace and Love Movement. Big up to Marshall Bay One Boss and Lucas. Big up to you. Right. So I think we'll probably finish up soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just talk. Did I talk about the clap? Should we talk about it again? We'll just finish off. But on Friday, we'll be going live at 5. We did it last week. So anybody that wants to come on and speak out about any solutions or any ideas, you can either just turn up or let us know beforehand. And then at 6 o'clock, we will be doing it live, the clap for victims of knife crime. So we'll be outside the house, outside the window, out of the window, clapping. This is something we would like the word to spread. We want this to be a nationwide clap as well, something where we all come together. All right, so please, if you can help to promote, to share, join us on the live. Big up to everybody who locked in tonight and anybody that watches the video or listens to the podcast. All right, we just want to make a difference out here.
Yeah, and we're happy that you guys can be on this journey with us. Like, you know, like we said, it's for the safety of young people. You know, this is the other thing they're forgetting. Young people aren't concentrating on the laws or, you know, these types of things that's going to affect their kids and their futures. Mm-hmm. You know, they're just worried about the action. They're not worried about the written stuff. So we have to try and they're not going to fight for it because they don't know what they're fighting for. Yeah,
exactly. They wouldn't know, would they, really?
No.
You know, they're actually in it. And that's all you can think about when you've got, you know, stuff like that going on. That's all that's on your mind.
Literally.
So, yeah, I just want to big everyone up. Thank you to Christella. All right.
Thank you.
Without you.
Same.
Enough love, respect, and I I believe that definitely between us all, we can definitely make a difference. I've
Yeah,
always believed that. I've always had that in my mind. I don't think anything is out of reach at all for us, but it's just getting enough people together with
yeah,
the same vision, really,
yeah.
without having to coerce people into thinking it. They already know
Literally.
it because they already can see it and it's happening and what it's like out there. So, oh, massive big up to Afro Chic. How are you? We'd love to get you on the live. We were going to finish up, but I would love to get you up on the live if you're about now, because
Mm.
I'm sure, I think when I spoke to you, I think we were talking about the social media, I think. And I remember I said to you to come on. So if you can request us now, all right, we'd love to have you on. If not, we are back on Friday, all right? So we could book you in on Friday. We're back at 5 o'clock. But I know I was very interested to hear more from you, Afro Chic. Definitely, yeah, just the brief stuff that you messaged. I know, like, you've been, been doing a lot over the years, working with children, and you've got a lot of great ideas going forward. All right, so yeah, if you want to come on now, just request us. If not, please come up on Friday, because we definitely want to hear from you. Okay. And blessings to everyone who's showed up tonight, everybody who's had input. Really appreciate you. Peace and Love Movement, they've written, "We are with you, don't worry."
Ah,
Yeah.
we're with you
We're
too.
happy. We're with you too. Yeah, it's just so refreshing, like, to have people around who are positive, even though in all the negativity and they can still see a light, and you need that light to keep you going.
And
Like, literally.
unity is refreshing. Not having doors
Yeah,
closed,
yeah,
feeling
definitely.
like you're not fighting something alone. That's so important.
Yeah. Hmm. Unity. And the thing is, like, for us to come together and to be coming together, for young people, like that in itself, to see the older people coming together for a purpose, which is to help the young people
Mm.
from a situation that there's nothing really they can do themselves.
Literally.
So, but I think the City Hall thing, I'm definitely up for going there. I think we better get a megaphone. Yeah, and then we could speak out about the clap as well, because that would
Perfect.
be ideal there.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll get on that.
Yeah, and hopefully I'm going to look into what they're doing, because hopefully they're demanding something, as in the Cobra, or I hope so, because yeah, we want something happening soon.
Yeah,
Definitely. But we should all be proud of ourselves that we are all trying to make a difference. We're not just sitting around doing nothing. We're trying to make a difference and all playing our part. So big up to everybody who actually does want to make a difference, who's getting involved. Enough love to all of you, all right?
absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, thank you all. All right, but I think we'll finish up the live for today. I haven't heard from Afro Chic, so hopefully we'll see you Friday, yeah? I hope so. All right, so yes, so
God
we're back
bless.
on Friday. And then the other thing as well, let us know, is this something you'd like us to do, a lot of times a week? Couple of times a week, because we're up for doing it as much as people need it. So yeah, let us know, because I mean, we had so many people requesting last week, so many people wanting to talk. It certainly looked like people want more of this, so let us know. Shout out to Susan, just joined us as well. Right, we're going to be ending the show now, but thank you everyone who joined today. We will see you on Friday at 5 o'clock. All right. So take care of yourself, people. Have a blessed rest of your week. All right. Until we see you on Friday.
Stay safe, everyone.
Yeah. Big up to everyone from me and Christella. Enough love.
Hey.
All right. And big up.